So today I'm going to take you step by step on opening up a Stripe account. I'm going to show you all the different questions it's going to ask you here in real time so you can make sure you're going through the process and opening up the account properly. Now we are going to be doing this on our desktop here for us, but of course you can actually be doing this on your phone as well, and all the questions will be the same. Now, for us over here, you can see towards the bottom, it's going to ask us for our email address, and then the Start Now button is going to be over here for us to go ahead and plug in. So we're going to plug in that email address, and we're going to go ahead and get started and show you all the questions it will ask you through this process. Now, once we click on Get Started, this is the next page it takes us to. It goes ahead and fills out that email we just plugged in. We're going to put in our full name here, our country, and then create a password. Once we do all that, our Create Account will be highlighted, and we're going to go ahead and click on that and go to the next set of questions. So the first thing it's going to ask us over here is to go ahead and verify our email address. So it's going to send us a link over there to go ahead and click on. If we didn't see that, we can go ahead and click on resend email, or you can go ahead and contact them if you are not receiving it. So we're going to go ahead and verify that email and show you the next step. So next up here, after we went ahead and verified our email, it's going to ask us how you would like to go ahead and get started. And you can see there are two options. You can explore features if you just want to kind of check things out, or we can go ahead and do this, which is what we're going to click on, which is go ahead and add our business information. We want to go ahead and get started as quickly as possible, getting all our stuff in. So I'm going to show you all those questions it's going to ask you. So from right over here, it's going to ask for some very basic things to begin with. As far as where the business is located, it's already toggled in for the US, and what type of business it is as well, which is right now toggled as individual, but these are drop-down menus, so you can go ahead and choose different ones if they don't fit your needs. We're going to click on continue and go to the next set of questions. Now from here, it's going to ask about our business here. So you can see it's the legal business name, our EIN number, and then if we actually scroll down over here, cleaning that up, our business name, if it's doing business as, and then our business address, as well as the industry we are in, which is going to be a drop-down menu, but you could also type in your industry to make it a little bit faster. We're going to plug in our website and our product description. Then we're going to go ahead and click on continue and show you the next set of questions. So next up here, it is going to ask to verify some personal details over here. So we're going to go ahead and put the business representative information. So we got the legal first and last name. It already has it pre-populated for the email address, which you can change at this point here, as well as date of birth and home address. And we're going to scroll down here and see some other questions it's going to ask. It's also going to ask for a phone number as well as the last 4 digits of the social security number for the person that is going to be the business representative. Now, as you can see here, they are required to actually collect this information for regulatory obligations. So just something to keep in mind when going through this process. Now, once we got all this filled out, we're going to go ahead and click on the continue button. So the next section is going to be public details. This is going to be information that people are going to see on invoices or receipts. They give you a statement descriptor, and they actually kind of have it set up, and you can toggle between different options to what it's going to show like on people's invoices or bank statements, I should say. So you can see here, of course, we have it kind of covered up here for our example, but you can see it shows that. You can also have a shorter description here at the bottom, and I'm going to continue to scroll down on this page to show you more options. So here's that shorter description, a little bit clearer here. You can see it's going to go ahead and have that option for you. This is, of course, not required, but it is going to show that on the actual invoices or, again, the bank statements. If we keep scrolling on this page, so here down towards the bottom of this page here, you're going to be able to add a customer support phone number as well as having that phone number visible on receipts and invoices if you'd like. You can have it toggled on or off. And then the customer support address. Now, it is originally filled out with the address that we had at the earlier stages of this process, but you could change this if you need to. Now, these do need to be filled out on this process, so just something to keep in mind. When we go ahead and have this all filled out, we're going to click on continue. Now, next up here is going to be adding a bank. Now, this is going to be having our money that's getting paid out going into these accounts. You can see a bunch of different companies like Chase, Wells Fargo, Capital One, all here linked up. You can also search for your bank over here in this section, and if for any reason you can't find your bank or you want to go ahead and do manually, as you can see, we scroll down here towards the bottom and you can enter your bank information in manually. Now, also really quick, as somebody who does a lot with different types of business bank accounts, I'll actually link up 2 bank accounts that I personally love using for small business, which are Relay and Novo. Those are 2 great small business companies if you're looking to switch out of some of these like other companies that I personally do not love when it comes to banking for business. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and just kind of give you an example of what this is going to look like for us. So we're going to go ahead and hop over with Relay Finance, which is what we have for this business that we're signing up here for. So we're going to have this new page come up here for us, and it is going to have us just go ahead and plug in our username and password so we can connect directly. Again, if you don't want to go through this process, you can enter things in manually. But for our example here today, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process on this. All right, so right here, you can see it's actually going ahead and syncing all of our information in real time as we're going through this. So that way everything is going to be interconnected right away. Now for our example here as well too, it is going to have a digital code because we of course have additional security on our bank. So we're going to go ahead and plug in that 6-digit code and hit continue. Now here on this next step, it's going to show all the accounts that we currently have with this bank. And currently we have these all toggled, but we can go ahead and toggle or untoggle whichever accounts we do not want to have connected to our Stripe account. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and click on connect account here at the very bottom. All right. And just like that, our account has been officially connected together. So now any payments coming in from Stripe will go directly into our bank account. We're going to click on done and go to the next step. So here it's going to go ahead and ask us our payout schedule. So we get to go ahead and choose whichever option works best for us. We can see our new bank account is now linked up right over here. So we're going to go ahead and choose which option works best for us. And then once we do, our continue button will be highlighted. So just give you a quick example, we can have it automatically pull every day, every week, every month, however works best for us, or we can choose to have it manually pulled out from our Stripe account. So next up here is going to have you keep your account secure. It is going to have you choose one of these options right over here to be able to add additional levels of security. You can use an authentication app, so it's a two-factor authentication, of course. You could do a security key or you could do a pass key. You could also show additional options, but of course, one of these are going to be the ones we go with. So if we go ahead and tap on whichever one works best for you, and we're going to go to the next steps. For us, we're going to go ahead and use an authenticator app. All right, once we went ahead and did the authenticator app, we can go ahead and add more additional methods if we would like. If not, we can go ahead and click on continue and move on to the next questions. So the next section here is optional. This is if you want to go ahead and have any kind of commitment when it comes to carbon removal. They do give you some percentages. If this is not something you want to do, if you scroll to the bottom, we're going to go ahead and hit no thanks. We went ahead and scrolled here at the bottom of the page, and you can see right over here, there is the no thanks. If you do want to go ahead and do that, you can click on the contribute the 1% or whatever percentage you chose. Now, next up here is going to be optional as well. This is automate tax collections on your sales. So right over here, you can go through this process to make sure that you are charging the proper amount of tax. So this is going to be a drop-down menu for you to go ahead and double check on. You can skip this for now and come back later and add that in if needed. So next up here is going to be the review section. So every section is going to have its own little edit button. So if anything looks off or misspelt, you can go ahead and click edit to fix just that particular section. Then we went ahead and scrolled all the way to the bottom, again, making sure that every section looks good. Again, you can do the edits for each section individually. If everything looks good, we're going to go ahead and click on the agree and submit here at the very bottom. And just like that, we have our Stripe account officially created, so we can add it to our website, have it on different platforms to be able to go ahead and start making money and having that money transfer into our bank account. We're going to go ahead and place a video up here on screen so you can actually learn about some of the best small business bank accounts for your business.